everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTrain.tv, where every day we are spending about an hour of time either helping educate people about the FileMaker platform, or sometimes other people are educating us. We're excited to be continuing that today, last day of the week, and then we'll be off for a couple of days and picking stuff back up on Monday. So I want to do a couple little bit of quick announcements here. So today is going to be another day of modernizing the FileMaker platform, where Nick is working through updating a solution, also answering your questions in terms of that. Last week we did, I think, or the week before, we did Mirror Sync with 360works. Yesterday we did Deploy with 360works. We have the recordings. We'll be sending out an email to everyone on that momentarily. So what we're going to be doing on my end of things, starting this coming Friday, is that we're going to be, not today, but a week from today, is making sure that we take time out for beginning and kind of intermediate developers, answering more basic questions, doing more basic kind of capabilities and things. Nick is very aspirational. He generally does very advanced things. If you're a beginning developer, it's frequently more than you can handle. Your little head will explode. I know, because my head frequently explodes when I watch Nick go. So he is awesome, but sometimes we need to dial back the complexity. So anyway, so Nick, what are we doing today? What is happening? What are you working on? And why should we care?
Okay, so today we are going to finish the splitting of two files. So we split one file in two, and then we are going to connect those two files together, and then we are going to add a third file to get it connected to the one in the middle, right? So
did you explain to them why you're splitting the files? Why are you splitting the files? Like a one sentence answer. Why are you splitting the files?
Oh yeah, because we want to have one file with all the documents.
Okay.
And many files that enrich, access to that file where you have all the documents. So we can share documents to multiple files without duplicating the documents. That's what we want to do.
Okay, cool. Very exciting. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I've got to go wrestle with the software for these people. They, after looking at what they were doing and realizing we needed to do some more fixes for them, because the usability, the user experience wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Not the user interface, the user experience, right, Nick? UX versus UI, right?
Exactly.
It could look beautiful, but it could work like we don't like that. It needs to look beautiful, but more importantly, it needs to operate logically and thoughtfully, and it doesn't require a manual, which is always a good thing, right? So,
yep.
Cool. All right, off you go.
Bye, Richard. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for joining. Thank you, March. Thank you, the boss, for the introduction, and thank you for the people to come here. So yeah, so today we continue this experience that we do to separate two files together, and now we are going to connect that file to two other files, right? So we're going to do that. But before we start to do that, I want to explain a little bit how FileMaker works when you have multiple files. Okay, so it's interesting to know how it works, to understand, a little bit, sometime when you have weird stuff happening, right? So I'm going to share my screen right quick. So let's close this file right now. So let's open the script debugger, and let's open that file here. So let's opening. So here we open the file, and we have a script that starts, on first window open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have one script that comes here. Okay. So we do what we need to do. We do this, and so pretty much we do what we need to do. So we launch the script. Okay, I have 2 errors here, but I don't care about that. So that the file is open now, right? Okay, and you can see only one script happen. Okay, only one trigger, one on first window open happen. But here, hidden, we have the other document. We have the document file that is open. It is open, but it is what we call partially open. It is not fully open. So is there, right? The data are available, the tables are available, but the file is not fully open, right?
Okay.
So why that? Because FileMaker opened this file just because we have here in the external data source, we have a connection here. We have in the managed external data source, we have a connection to that file. And we have requests from the schema to access that file. We have here, right? Everything that is italic, here. We have some request to the access to that file. We access that file, the document file, the one that is the document, the one is on this external file, right? So FileMaker says, okay, at startup, FileMaker says, I need that file, right? I need that file. So I open, but I access it. I'm accessing the file, but it's not fully open. Proof of it is there, but it is only if I demand manually to access that file that the startup script happen on that file. Only now I have the on first window open script that that is being triggered, right?
Right.
So that means the file has been open. We access the file, but it's not fully open. It is open only if you go manually and you access the file. So you're going to say, okay, and sometime you need that on first window open script to happen on the other file as well. You need it, right? You need that.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to make sure that you have the file that is opened and fully open, you need in your starter script. So I don't remember how we called it.
It's like a select device or something.
Yeah. So let's go there. And let's open the script here. Right? Okay. So we can, let me deactivate those that break everything at the beginning.
Yeah, that's an account access.
Yeah. And then, yeah. Oh, this one was.
Oh, and that one there too. Yeah, that monkey bread check. You can delete that or disable that one too.
Yeah. And we land to the dashboard, the new one. The pilot.
Yep.
Okay. So I want this file to be fully open. So in the on window open script that I have on the main file, on the main file, right? The file I open, the one I'm opening, right? And the one that is connected to the other one, okay? In this on first window open, I'm putting here an open file script step. And I'm going to ask, I want to open this documents file. I want to open this. Mm-hmm. Open file this, right? I'm opening the file that I have on the other side, okay? And I want to hide it. I don't want to show it. I want to hide it, right? So now, what will happen if I reopen that file? Okay. I'm opening this file. And now I still have this file open, but now you can see the name is not the same. Before it was just documents, right? But
In
now this
parentheses.
file, yeah, now this file is open fully. Proof of it, when I go there, right? I'm going to the file, but I'm not triggering the script, the
Right.
on
Because it's already
first
running.
window open because it's already there. Because because we forced with the starter script with the 001, I think it's the name. With the starter script here.
Next one down, actually.
Yeah, this one. We open the file. We ask to open the file. So that's very important because if you need the on first window open script to happen, you need to do that. Okay. So now that being said, let's continue. Now the goal.
Well, I think one other thing there. I think you would want to put the same credentials in that other one too, wouldn't you? Or you would get prompted to log in.
Yeah, of course. You need to have the same. What's the name? The same security people, right? So you need that you need the same data, the same security settings on both files. Okay. So
an advantage of copying that file, which we did the other day.
Exactly. But there's ways to transfer. There's way to transfer those credential. Okay. So that's something I can explain one day, how to do that, right? But we can do that, definitely. We can transfer from one file to another all the credential. So now what we want to do, we want to use that. We want to use this, okay? We want to use this and this file, right, as the main documents for this file here.
Right.
And we are going to have a third file, a BBB, let's say.
Right.
We have the AAA, then we will have the BBB that will access that file as well. Okay. To do so, right, we need, here we have one table, right? One table, we have the document table, right? And we want to use that table for all the document here. Okay, so to show that document here. Okay. So actually, I deleted all the record with the document. So I need to maybe I need to export that document here. So maybe we can export all the documents. So yeah. So
your desktop got clean.
Yeah, I cleaned it. So if you want to export, so I'm going to export that document. So what? No, this one I don't need. I want to export the document. So we have the certificates, and we have this one too. Just to have some documents that I can, put there, and we have this one as well. So I'm going to, copy those files here, and those are my pictures, not yours pictures. Okay, so we have some file, we can put that here too. We have some documents that we can use for the demonstration. The first thing we need to do now, right, when we want to connect one additional file to another, and in the intent that this file will be accessed from multiple files, we need to use the cross-reference table. Okay. So I am in the AAA. I'm going to create that cross-reference table. Okay. So far, let's see. Okay. I have a cross-reference table, right, for the pilot and the balloons, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have none for the documents. Okay, so I'm going to create one. Pretty much, I'm going to copy that one, and paste it, and then I'm going to reorganize this. So let's call xref2, and that is pilot documents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a name. And I'm going to rename this correctly. It's xref2 pilot documents, right?
Okay.
I don't need that. Actually, yes, I need the IDF document, the IDF pilot. I need the permanent link, right? The transfer ID, I need that. And for now, I will say I need the title, right, of the documents. Going to remove this. And that's it. I can just remove all of this. It's a cross-reference table, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just leave it right now. Why? So what this table is going to do, okay, what this table is going to do, I'm going to use that table as a bridge between this file and the documents. Okay, so that table will be a bridge. Pretty much what we're going to do, we are going to put that table, right, in the relationship, right, to, let me skip this, to connect the documents to the pilots, okay? So that's what we are going to do. So pretty much here, when I do add a file, and I'm adding a file here, right? When I do this, I am adding a file directly to the table here, directly to this file here. So I'm adding a file directly. But I cannot do this, I need a cross-reference table to do that, I cannot do this because otherwise I won't be able to use that file multiple times. I cannot use that documents multiple times I cannot. This record with these documents, it's related to one unique record in this table here, right? I cannot reuse that documents in
this
other
pilot
table.
in BBB will have a different UUID, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we cannot do that.
Right.
That's why we need a cross-reference table. Okay. So pretty much what we do here, right? We are going to replace all the tables that we have here with that cross-reference table, right? So this one, the T05A, okay, T05A here. The T05A now is pointing to that document table. But I don't want that anymore. We need to now, in between this, right? We need to put another table here in order to access from this to this. Correct?
Okay.
Okay. So this link here, we are going to remove it, right? So we are going to cut that link. Okay? I cut it. In between, I'm going to add my cross-reference table. So here, I'm attaching this to this table. And I'm going to rename this like this. It's xref2 pilots documents, okay? And I'm using the IDF, everything the same. So after this, everything's the same, right? But I'm using here IDF pilot, not from, okay? So this is the cross-reference table, TO5A. Why? I have space. No space in the names. So, I mean, no space at the end or at the beginning. You cannot, okay? If you do this, it says, oh, you have an insult, you know. In between, you can have what you want, okay?
But not at beginning or end.
Yeah. Now I'm going to rename that TO5A1. Why? Because this is behind, right? This one. So this one is pilot TO5A, TO5A1, and this one is TO5A1A. See, we continue TO5A1A like this. Okay.
Because we added a layer, we got to move everything down one.
Exactly. So now we are going to connect this, right? This is going to be connected to the parent key of the pilots, to the foreign key of the pilots, and this is going to be connected to the documents. So this now is going to be the bridge between the pilot ID and the document ID. Okay? See? A perfect bridge. But I'm not destroying anything doing this. Believe it or not, I didn't destroy anything. Because I didn't cut, I didn't move this, I didn't delete this. I just cut a link. When you cut a link, you don't destroy anything. Okay? You don't. I mean, yes, you have you could be destroying things. We are going to check this later, but I want you to show that I don't have a missing field or stuff like this, right? Doing like this, if I click OK now, right? You see my layout here, so I can hide this object. Everything okay. Is going to the TO5A1. I didn't change anything. I mean, I didn't destroy anything. Everything fine. Everything perfectly fine. Okay? So, but of course, the document I added here is no longer there. It's there, but no longer there.
Right.
Okay, it's there because I'm referring to this. I need to remove this. So, I need to remove this. So, the document now, if I want to link documents from pilots to the document table, I need to do this. Let's say I want to link that documents to that pilots, right? So, remember, that is another file, completely another FileMaker file, right? So if I go to my cross-reference table, right? I create a new record. I put the ID documents here as the ID of the pilots. Look what happened. Boom. It's there. I have it. No problem. Right? So let's say cool. I want to know, huh?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I want another one. I want this one. I copy the ID, I create a new record. I paste the ID of the documents. Oh, I should have pasted there. Put the pilot. Boom. I have 2 files. Correct?
Yep.
So we have it. We didn't break anything. We didn't. Right? Don't worry. I'm going to redo the same thing for the balloon. So I'm going to redo it. Right? But you saw that FileMaker is kind of robust when you know what you do, because I split in 2 files without breaking. I added now I'm adding a functionality that I didn't have before, that is to connect the same documents to multiple pilots from multiple files, right? And so you understand that it's FileMaker is kind of robust, right? So now that I have this and everything works, everything. No, here why? Normally you should have displayed so the B. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I know. So I need to do so for the selection is different. Let's redo this first before I go forward. Let's redo because I don't need this, by the way. I can delete this. That's all. So now it will show the file, right? This one and this one. Okay. So let's redo that. Let's redo it. I want to do the same thing on the balloons. So I'm going to the balloon table, the balloon layout, right? And I'm going to do the same for the balloon. Okay? Today is directly connected from that table to that table, is direct. But now I want to do the same thing I did for the pilots, right? So you guessed it. I need another table. So I'm going to copy this, paste. This is how we duplicate, right? We call it xref3. We call that balloons, documents. Change that to balloon.
By the way, if nothing else out of this series, I've gotten really good at remembering to copy and paste or import or basically reuse stuff.
Yeah. So I have now, right, another cross-reference. So I have a cross-reference for the pilots. Now I have a cross-reference for the balloon, right? So I can do the same thing I did before, right? Let's put that here. I'm going to the balloon. This is where I have it's here, is this one, okay?
Right.
So today is from the balloon table to the document table that is on this file. I have a direct link. I cut that link. I move everything one down, right? I can rename this. I can reuse this. I duplicate this one, another xref2. I'm duplicating. I'm putting here this one. I'm renaming to H. This is from balloon to the xref3 balloons. It's the IDF balloon, right? And I'm going to that table. Okay. So I have my cross-reference with the 2 IDs, right? The balloon ID and the document ID. So now I can connect the dots. ID balloon with the foreign key balloon, the foreign key document with the primary document. Right. So you see, we have the bridge here. between this and this. So, right? And of course, I can fix. So before, I was using two IDs to connect the cell to show select documents. But now I don't need, I need one only. I need only the ID of the documents. And that I can put that on all of them. Okay. Creation is different. Creation needs some work. Okay. But that for later, but for the selected, that's okay. So I don't need to do much more. So demonstration. Of course, now my documents they are gone because I cut the link and I have a new table. But now I can do the same. So let's take some balloon documents, or this one, for example. I want to connect these documents to this balloon, right? So I open the cross-reference balloon documents, new table, new records. I copy this document ID. I copy this balloon ID. And boom, is there and selected. And I didn't break anything, right? So now we are going to do an interesting exercise, but I want to see if we have any question. I didn't open Discord, I forgot. So Mark, do we have any question?
Ed, I can have a couple of those. Ed says we need to remember to rename the balloon, the third and fourth layers of the balloon, because we didn't rename those.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we need to rename the prefix here, which is this is H1 and this is H1A. So you understand, right? This is H because it's E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, see?
Right, but then we're back at the top level when you move down the next one.
But so here, now is that is A, and I could have a B, or I could have a C, or I could have a D, right? But it's not H anymore, right? It's H because it's coming from H1, because this one is coming from H1, and here I will have H2 if I have another one, or H3 if I have another one, right? And because that's a good exercise, by the way. And if I have something behind this one, here I will have the 1A and B. But if I have two connected to this one, okay, that will be 2A and 2B, right?
Right.
Etc. Okay, so you understand how that works, right? So the naming stuff, you know. So let's destroy this. We don't need. And let's, you know, bottom edge. Okay. So
got a couple more.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Stu says he understands adding the cross-reference table between pilots and documents, says that makes sense from a traditional database design, et cetera, et cetera. But could you use FileMaker's capabilities to list all balloon IDs in one pilot field? And what would be the downside of doing that? That's kind of what I did in the original file, and we talked about moving that out. So maybe the downsides?
Many downsides. You have no control of what you have. I mean, if you want to remove a balloon, how you do that? Right?
Well, yeah,
so let's say,
I basically end up going into the ID field and finding that going into that one and have to take it out, basically take it out of the ID field, which has multiple IDs
and stuff like that. Yeah, you can do that. You cannot do it's a dead information. for example, it's because when you do this, when you do a list of ID in one field like this, right? You can't you can't do any, you can't build any value list on this. You can't do any counting. You can't do any relationship. You cannot do any filtering. You cannot do any sorting. It's you understand? It's not the same thing. It's hard to explain all the downsides when we cannot see them. I might be able to build one to see, to see the.
Well, I did find it. I mean, it was easy to go grab an ID because I put it on the layout and would go add it in there and everything would work. So it worked nice and easily, but I wasn't doing all the other things that you were talking about. And it seems like this would be in reality much cleaner all the way down the line.
It's much cleaner, of course. And it's not much more complicated, by the way, because you saw it, right? You have a table with 2 fields or 3 fields, right? So you have a much better, what's the name? You have much better control on this. Okay. I will look. We're not done with this, right? So let me come next week with a better explanation on this. Okay. It doesn't pop to my mind. I know there's many, but they don't come. So they will come. So
Okay.
do we have another question?
Yep, one more. Changing the field name or calculation in documents file, will that break the scripts, controls, etc., over in the original file, the AAA file?
No. Because what do you mean? If I rename, okay.
If we rename fields or other things over in the documents file, will it break stuff back in the AA?
We didn't take care of the creation of we didn't take care of that right now. So as of today, we didn't take care of this. So we can rename what we want here. For now, we don't have any script connected. So far, I did all of this without touching one script. Okay.
Right.
So far we get all of this. I didn't touch one script.
Right.
I mean, I didn't need to normally. I tell you right now, normally I don't need to do much, but I will come to this. This will come when everything will be connected. When I will have all the connection. Renaming a field here won't break anything because we are in FileMaker. And I'm going to demonstrate this.
Okay? It has that under the hood link all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So, but first now, so I want to connect another one. I want to connect another document, right? So I'm going to
new
create a new record, put that document, and to be easy, I'm going to copy that ID here. Okay, now I have 2 documents. And for my demonstration, and I know, for my demo, let's put this one. For my demo, oops, don't want the email to be open. For my demo, new record, documents. Okay, I have 3 documents. Right? So here now, I want to take care of the removal. Okay?
Okay.
But if I keep, so let's duplicate, I don't want to do it. Let's duplicate document here. I don't want to. If I click right now, okay, so this is something you need to understand what we do here. Okay. We have these documents, this one, okay. This one, the setback. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These documents, this one, okay. If I click here, I'm going to delete a row from that poll.
Right.
Okay.
Which is not
But
what we want to do.
But that polar is the TO2H1. So that polar is this. So if I delete a record from that polar, I'm going to delete the documents.
From that document.
I'm going to delete the documents. So demonstration. And that's not what we want to do. Because
correct.
This, right? So if I click delete, it said, do you want to delete setback? You said yes, I delete that document, and that document will go away from the table. Bam, it's gone.
Yep.
It's gone. But I don't want that. Because imagine that you have 5 files connected to this, right?
Gone from all 5. Yep.
It's gone for all the other files, right? So I don't want that. So let's reconnect. That's why I made a copy. So yeah. So let's reconnect that document, right? Let's reconnect that document. What I want to do, I want to cut the reference to that document. Pretty much what I want to do, I want to delete that record that is the bridge between the balloon and the documents. So what I want to do, I want to do this. Delete that record. Boom. And that will delete the, why is not, boom.
There it goes.
Yeah, because I need to commit so this document here, the setback is gone, but it's not gone from the document, it's gone from the connection between the balloon and the documents. I can put it back whenever I want. Whenever I want, I can put it back, right?
And it's still there for all those other files.
And it's still, yeah, that will be the demonstration I will do. So now, how I can have a button here that deletes this record, but not this one, but I'm showing all the things here are from this table. You do this. This is the power. So here I'm showing you the power of FileMaker, the true power, the true, the kryptonite, is there. Okay. So this is going to the TO2H1. So that means all the field, everything that I have here goes to the TO2H1, all of them, all those fields, okay? But what I can do, hold on. So in the relationship map, I'm here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm displaying. But what I want to do now, I want to display this, the records in this occurrence in that table. So what I'm doing here is this. I keep everything inside this that goes to the TO2H1, but this, the pole, are moving up. Just the pole, right? And now, this button, I keep everything the same. I don't change anything. And look what happened. I still have my documents. They're still there. But now, this documents is there And here, look what happened. I have this record. Where's my record, by the way? This one. I have this record. This record here is this. This, the record number 3, this. So look what happened if I do this. This is the documents, and this is the bridge. And now I'm deleting a row inside this poll. And click. It's still saying, do you want to delete the certificate back? Yes, delete it. Now this will be 2 record. Low. It will be 2 records.
This disappeared on the one side. There's the other.
And here it's gone.
But still in the documents file.
But still there. I have deleted the reference. So what happened here? What is happening? You need to have the relationship map in the picture. You need to see. This is where I am. Inside this layout, I can display anything that is connected to this. So on this layout, I can display and I can access to anything connected here. Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then I put an object, a portal, that is displaying things from this guy. Okay, let's put
right a window into that occurrence.
So that means inside this portal, I can now display anything that is behind. I show record from here, right? And then I can display whatever behind this. And for each row on this table, because I am using that occurrence, I can, for each row, it will display the related data based on that predicate.
Mm-hmm.
So I can still display all the information, okay, behind this, So this record, the record I'm using here, the record here is this record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the cross-reference record.
And I'm using this to use this record. I have an ID, right? And I can display, pretty much, what I can do. Let's do something here to make sure that everybody understands. I'm going to create a layout based on this TO2H. So now you understand why this number, because I was there, you're here, right? And you want the TO2H, boom. Is there? Right. So I want to create a layout pointing to that occurrence. Okay. This is my layout. And from this occurrence, I'm going to put those two. And I'm going to that table, the TO2H1, and I'm going to show this. And I'm going to show the file name. Boom. For the two. So here, this is the same.
Yeah.
That means it's like having the same construction here. It's the same construction. right? So that means that's not the same. Yeah, here. Image 0178, image 0178. This is the same document. So if I have a layout pointing to that occurrence, the TO2H, and inside the layout, I'm showing a field from the table TO2H1 because I have the ID of the document I'm showing it, right?
Yeah.
By the same token, I can do this. Go to the balloon, right? Do we have the name of the balloon? How it's we have the name? Okay.
Yeah.
And this it's a balloon 1000. Correct?
Yeah.
Why? Because these documents, thanks to that record, a simple record with 3 fields, right? From the ID, I'm going to that table and I'm showing the documents. And with the ID of the balloon, I can show the name of the balloon. Because I am in the same configuration here. I'm here on the TO2H. Inside the TO2H, I can show TO2H1, right? Because so I am on the hierarchy, right? So from balloon to TO2H to TO2H1. But if I am here in that configuration here, it's like this. I'm here, I'm showing from the balloon and from the documents.
Right.
From the balloon and from the documents. So I'm here.
And get to either side of my bridge.
Exactly. So that the power of FileMaker is that you can do something like this, right? So if you want to understand that correctly, you have to imagine that the raw of a portal, it's like a mini layout, right? Like this. You understand? It's like a mini layout. Each row, it's a layout like this, right? So that's why we can do whatever we want. So without breaking, so next time, because time to land. Yes. We are going to arrange. So we fix the delete, right? So let's fix the same on the pilot, because I didn't do that on the pilot. I didn't do this, the rearrangements of the table. So this one still on
needs
the
to go up a
5.
level.
We need to have one up, right? It didn't change it. So that's the beauty of the cross-reference table, right? Because the record here is a bridge, right? And we didn't break anything. For the creation, the script and everything, that will be exactly the same thing. It will be so easy to fix, right? Then we are going to create the BBB and CCC, right? And I'm going to show you that the same document can be shared very easily, right? But I think now you guys understand why it's easier, because we have the cross-reference table that belongs to the.
Okay. Stu just made has a comment in there from our conversation about the links and cross-reference tables and things like that, and I think he basically gets down to the idea of you would use a cross-reference when you're really looking at a many-to-many relationship setup.
Yes.
Otherwise, you wouldn't necessarily need the cross-reference table. You could just do a straight relationship on a one-to-many. You wouldn't need a cross-reference, but if you have many-to-many, then you would need the cross-reference.
Yeah, but first of all, it depends how many records you have. It depends on what you want to do in the, I'm not in favor of this multi-value relationship, because I can do much more things here that you cannot do with your stuff. That's one that comes to my mind. I can show you
in the multi-key, the list of keys.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
just before we land, it won't take long, Marge. I have a tag active, right? So I want to filter and I want to do things like this, right? So now here I have a real field here, right? And let's say for one reason, right, I have this like this, right? Now I want to filter this with the active one only, right? So I'm here and I said permanent tag active. I'm adding this here,
right,
in the relationship, and automatically
one of those should go away because only one's active.
Yeah, but I need to go to the balloon because this belongs to the balloon. I have only one of it.
Yep.
If I go there and I say this one active, boom.
This
one inactive, boom. You will say, yeah, but you can do that with the multi-value. No, you cannot. Because this is active for A, but it could be inactive for B. If you have your multi-value key, you cannot do that. Boom, I got it.
Well, even before we separated documents out, we had the issue of two pilots having the same balloon or multiple balloons, and the balloon was the primary balloon for one, but not the other.
Yeah, but
you couldn't do that with the multiple IDs.
Exactly. We can say we can say this. This is active. I can have another filter that can say duplicates, and I will say that primary.
Right. And it's primary for pilot A, but it's not primary for pilot B.
Yeah, and not only this, but for AAA and BBB and CCC can be different.
Right. Yeah, each one of those will be different.
So if you have your multi-key stuff, forget about all of those things.
Yeah, that was a problem in the original database. Once I marked one primary, it was primary for every pilot on
everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah, because you have a false impression. And look what I can do. I can go to my relationship and I can say this. Permanent, primary, boom. Now I have two filters. Right?
Yeah.
So
Stu says he thinks another limitation of using the list of IDs is that the link would only work in one direction, not from the single back to the multiple.
I can remove this one. It's active, but it's not primary or whatever. Look.
Yeah.
You understand?
He's getting it. Yeah. So am I.
You got it. Okay. So,
yeah.
So this is what, because everything that happened for that documents happened for AAAA. But what will happen for BBBB is completely different, right?
Because it'll have its own cross-reference table.
Exactly. Because it will have its own, and I can have completely different stuff here. I can have completely different information if I want. But
with different filters and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but the ID will be we make the bridge. That's it.
Makes sense
Right?
to me now. I kept thinking, how is the cross-reference table going to do this? And now that we've been through today, I get it.
Yeah, it's now the multi-value key is valuable for it's something I'm using to transfer IDs or get a file set or something like this, but I'm not using this as a relationship key. I'm not. Never.
I see,
I have I have a cross-reference table. Yeah, it's a pain. Yes, you have to create a table, but that's life. We never said that life is easy. If you want an easy life, wrong spaces.
Yeah.
That's
Can
all.
we get the current rev of this file today?
Get the file today. Yes, but now we have this dependency. The file is kind of messed up because we have this dependency on. I need to send two files now.
Right.
We have the documents and this one.
Actually, I don't know if Marge probably can't get it out till Monday anyway. So
Probably
anyway.
not. So it'll be a Monday adventure, people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So when the next version of this is when we have everything done, and then I can send the Word package.
okay, that'll work. We should have that by midweek or so.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
next
we get
week.
to-
Next week. Yeah.
Well, because we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we can get to that point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we have another question? No question.
Nope. Stu says excellent. I'm sorry, Marge. Good stuff. Yeah.
Nope, we're good
I don't
on
know
the
if there's
other
anything
two.
elsewhere.
Nope.
Okay.
So we're good.
So,
Thank you, everybody.
Kent, thank you, Ken.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
You too. Fly well.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!